I was there. But Bishop was going to preach that day. He never did preach it. But he started out in Psalms 37 and he got maybe to the first verse. And then we skipped and tried to get to the second. He never did preach it. I'm not exaggerating. He never did preach it. But he said, fret not thyself because of evildoers, and those that prosper in their way, for they shall soon be cut down. And when he got to soon, it was over. He looked in my direction. I was saying he was preaching to me. I know he's preaching the whole house, but he looked in my direction. And I got that word, it won't be long. And then he turned around and he do the shuffle. Then he turned back around and he said, it's sooner than you think. That was it. Whatever else happened the rest of the service, I can't tell you. That was it. Bishop, I went in right there. I caught what God was saying for me for this season and this hour. And for you. I understand clearly this is the year of Jubilee.
Amen.
Amen. This is a God-promised time. And we have been in settings, service after service after service, where God has manifested supernatural debt cancellation. Where that which was bound, locked, confined, open doors and freedom. Where harvest times and where the enemy has taken things, it has been demanded that he gives it back. And for those who labored in the merit of God, because you've done the purpose, the mission, the ministry of Christ in your life, then you have the testimony for this season. God's got double with your name on it. Well, I can't testify for you, but let me tell you what I know is getting ready to happen. I know it seems to be cliches, but the truth is the best is yet to come. As I look over the room tonight, I got Torque coming in the door. I didn't know who all was coming. I want to thank the Celebration Committee 2016 for doing outstanding job. He is by blood my brother. He doesn't like me to call him my baby brother. He's the youngest. But he is a patriarchal character. He's been an old soul for a long time.
Yes.
Won't you please stand? Now he is giant in nature, but he'll tear up in a heartbeat too. He has a gentle heart. I thank you, Elder Pete, for making it easy for me.
Yes.
And I said it often. You take it and you run with it and you make the load lighter. Again, blood by nature, but a great woman of grace. And if it had not been for her being saved, I would not have known Christ.
Amen.
I tell the truth in my testimony. I wanted what my mama had because when my mama got saved, she stopped cussing. Now, Mother Pace will testify how she ran the streets, or June said with the 22 and the stick. Okay. Me and them praise Jesus, that glass Coke bottle. But Mama D didn't run the streets. It's like, God, it was something in that bloodline that they just cussed. They cussed worse than any seller could ever do it. But this is how I knew my mother was saved, because when she got saved and got the Holy Ghost, Mama stopped cussing. And her demeanor changed. And so I said, whatever Mama got, I want that. I want that. The committee, my mother, my brother, Andrea, God bless you, darling, and Vicky. And we can team ministers, so wherever there's a he, there's a she. So it can't be Treon without Pete, or Pete without Treon, Vic without Red, Red without Vicky. I just want to say thanks to everyone that's played a part. I was saying I didn't know how they set this up. They choose to give me a celebration every year. It's not by mandate. I thank those for doing it. And this year, my sister Leslie said, I want to be a part. And so thank you for what you did in reaching out to the legacy of the first generation of those that I saw released in ministry and doing exploits. And so tonight, I didn't know who all would be here, but I want you to know your presence has spoken volumes to my spirit. Thank you so very much. From table to table, I won't get started calling names. I've already started crying, and I did my own makeup tonight. So And the danger of that is I'm not a professional. My eyeliner will run. My mascara will. It just. So I was already afraid I had scarecrow eyes by the time I sat down because I'd already started crying. You all have blessed me so much. Lenore, you said the dandelion. I never thought when that little flower, and I did play with them a lot, and you blow on it, you breathe on it, it scatters everywhere. And so the truth is, if we tried to house everyone under the roof that were seed connected, I don't think they fit in here. I have spiritual children overseas, and I was trying to count, Bishop Darrell, spiritual sons and daughters who are productive in ministry, not just playing church, but really flowing in ministry. And I lost count somewhere, about 10, and I don't know how many were born under the Powerhouse banner, I don't know. But since I've been pastoring, about 10. So I thank God for that.
Amen.
To see you all faring well and doing exploits. Amen. I don't take a title apostle. I was called in the assignment of bishop, and that was as the one who would stand in line if anything happened in the work. I was next, so that was without a governing people, except for I govern the people. I have said that to say, without giving me any title of bishop or apostle, and I believe I'm a good pastor.
Oh, yes, you
The one thing that settles with me more than any other form of recognition, I'm just a mother in Zion.
Amen.
And I love the fit of being Mama Liza, mother, and now it's a new generation of godchildren, Mimi. So I thank God for that. For each of you that came, and some of you came such distances. I'm looking at Tim, who has a fashion show in New York on July the 10th. That's a renowned designer.
Yes.
He changed his flight and his schedule to say, I will be here for you. I'm looking at Claudius, and one of the greatest musical producers I know was a worshiper. And he did the schedule, and he always said, I won't make it. I walk in, and there he is. Wow. Elizabeth does travel in theater, and here she is. And I already knew. I saw the Facebook pictures. I'm up till 3 o'clock this morning of what was happening in Ames, so I just knew my sisters were not going to be here because they were away. And you showed up, leading a national convention where you have right standings with position and responsibility, and yet you're here today.
Amen.
Amen. Wonderful.
I don't know how they did it like they always do it. Elsie and Aunt May. Aunt May, please stand. That's my mother's oldest sister. And she's not making the event to celebrate the memory. How old are you, Aunt May?
I'm 82.
That's your 82 is right. It's working for me. It's getting ready to happen. It hasn't happened yet, but it's getting ready to happen.
My Lord. What a blessing.
Just the kind of support that goes layers and layers and love that runs deep. I knew Bishop Lenore Gilmore was going to be here because she had planned to be here. And they're all the way from Houston. This is an extension of Houston family. My daughter Megan, amen. And Vanessa snuck up on me. I didn't know. Oh, thank you. Mom Johnson, I didn't know. But I just spoke to Pastor Mike, and he was like, I apologize that I won't be able to make it this year, so maybe next year. I said, before you think you're a liar, repent right now. But people that I love so deeply that, you have my heart. You have my heart. I was in Lafayette last weekend, and they drove about 4 hours just to be in the service. And from Houston, my family in Houston, because I'm not there. And what blessing was after they stayed over, their own fare, their own hotel, just to be where I was preaching for a service. And not only did they stay over, but after the service was over, they stayed over. It was like I had to threaten them to get them to leave. Put them out the room. Go. You all have church and want to leave. And just that kind of love, Pastor Cheryl, consistent, always. Yeah, you're your daddy's child and mama's. Lisa, please, thank you. Bishop, Pender, Pat. Family. Ain't nothing like family. And I'm blessed and wealthy and rich. I don't have that many dollars in the bank. Not a lot of accumulations to point you to say, see what I've amassed. But my life is wealthy because I have family. This table is family.
Amen. Amen.
That woman on the end, that's my sister. June will fight you for me for real. We're praying that you get delivered. Mother, that's my mother.
Yes.
That runs deep. That runs deep. Yes, ma'am. We were somewhere, and so they were asking between Mother Pace, Mama D, and myself, who's who. And so I said, well, I'm the baby. I'm the baby. And Leslie let me be the baby. Thank you. I appreciate you for that. Okay, I know. We have an understanding. Leslie was my first baby, as a matter of fact.
That's right.
Farron, that was my first baby. Leslie was my first baby. Grown children, help me, Jesus. I look at Quixote with children going, grown children, help me, Lord. Lady Evans, when I needed a sister in my life, a mentor, God gave me this woman.
Amen.
And she touches so many on so many levels of excellence. And I tell you, I told her, and I said every year I mean it too, thank you, I'm so glad I won the project. The inside joke. Projects have timelines, deadlines, and seasons, and when it's done, it's over. Pat, I won her project. Thank you, Jesus. She didn't try to work on me, work me out, and finish me. I'm so glad I won the project. That's my sister. The kind of sister that if I say help, she says what you need. If I say I need a place to be, she says you got a room. We made a covenant, no matter what house I have, she's got a room.
Amen.
I have a room in her house that I've had, my clothes have been in that drawer, in that closet. From Washington Street, Washington Avenue, to where it is now, for years. This is family.
Amen.
Thank you. Anita, thank you. And Bishop, you're so willing to let her. I appreciate you for just letting her be my girl. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. God, brother, thank you. Crystal, thank you. Everybody at this house tonight, thank you. I can live a little longer, and I will, because of you. Bishop Pender said, it's a banquet. I said, no, it's a celebration. And this is how we celebrate.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.